Hey guys, welcome back to another exciting Wi-Fi battle. Today I have a roulette, which is a fun little format. You might remember it. Actually, it was a lot more common back in the good old days of Gen 4 and 5. But basically the idea is random teams. You assign your Pokemon each a number, your opponent gives you a team to use, and bam! The rest is just fun. So, yeah, as I said, this is a roulette, so we don't get to choose our Pokemon. It's completely random among Pokemon we own. So, I lead with Crobat as he decides to lead with Excadrill, and I know that I saw the Mold Breaker, so I assume this thing is going to be a Scarf Excadrill, so I'm going to go out into my Seismitoad to take the Rock Slide, or Stone Edge, I guess. And basically, I did not want to take that on my Crobat, obviously, and I knew that he would outspeed to do his Scarf. So he's going to go on to his Celebi here, which is a pretty obvious play. I do have Stealth Rock, so I'm just going to go for those. In fact, I got pretty lucky, actually, with the hazards. Not always, you don't always get hazards in Roulettes. In fact, he does not have one on his team, so that is an advantage to me. So I go out into Tentacruel now. I mean, Celebi is a really annoying Pokemon because it can really do a lot of different things, and as you can see, this one is a nasty plotter, and he's just going to go ahead and go for the Giga Drain, which is not good. I do have Liquid Ooze, which does make him hurt himself a little bit, but still definitely not worth that damage I got on Tentacruel. I'm just going to go for the knockoff now, which is going to get rid of his lefties, which isn't a bad thing per se. And yeah, he's going to go ahead and go for the Recover, as I decide, you know what, my Tentacruel I actually was thinking is going to kill me here, but I'm just going to go ahead and set up Toxic Spikes. Now, the fact that he's not going for a Psychic move here kind of tips me off that maybe this Celebi does not have a Psychic move. As you can see, he has Recover as well. So I don't know what the fourth move is, but clearly it is not a Psychic move because he actually switches out, despite the fact that he has, you know, a Nasty Plot up. So that's pretty nice. I would wager at this point that his only attacking move is Giga Drain, or maybe he has another move, but it's not very good against Tentacruel. Maybe a Hidden Power of some kind. But you'll see what the fourth move is later. Anyway, he goes out into his Pikachu, which you may remember back from his... it's named me, first of all. It's supposed to be ironic because I hate Pikachu. But yeah, this is back from our theme battle where he actually brought a team of everyone's favorite Pokemon for my Twitch chat, which is a really cool battle. But it's kind of funny. This is what kind of things you get in Roulettes. Anyway, he's able to do a lot of damage to my incoming Seismitoad. Thankfully, I am able to live and just get off that Earth Power. So that's going to be able to take out Pikachu. Now, I did get off the 2 layers of Toxic Spikes with my Tentacruel, and that is pretty nice because now I have, you know, Toxic Spikes up, you know, 2 rows of them, so it's going to Toxic Poison Pokemon on switch in, as well as damage them with Stealth Rocks. So I am really looking nice with the entry the entry hazards right now. But yeah, he is going to unfortunately be able to kill my Seismitoad with an Iron Head as I go out and Tentacruel to resist. And yeah, he's going to go right back into Celebi. He's pretty sure at this point I don't have a whole lot to hurt him. But now that Celebi is going to have a time limit, for as long as it can turn, it's going to have a time limit for how long it can stay in due to the Toxic. Even with Natural Cure, you can't avoid Toxic Spikes, friends. And yeah, he is actually going to go for, I believe, a Nasty Plot. Pretty decent move. And I go into a Moongus here, and like I said, banking on the fact that he doesn't have a Psychic move, which means my Moongus can wall this thing just as good, if not better, than my Tentacruel, so that's why I do that. He does go for that Nasty Plot, and he's actually going to reveal his fourth move, Baton Pass. Now, looking at his team, pretty much everything left, I'm kind of thinking is physical, so it's not like he is going to be able to do a whole lot Baton Passing a Nasty Plot. He ends up Baton Passing into Combuskin, which... yeah, I think most of them are physical, but maybe not quite sure. Either way, I just go for the Clear Smog. I was going to try to get rid of it, and not to mention it's super effective on Celebi. Just try to get rid of that, so I don't have to worry about the, boosted Combuskin now, even if he does have a special move, which he does end up having a special move, so it's actually a really good thing I did go for that Clear Smog. Anyway, in comes Excadrill, and I'm just going to go out into Tentacruel. Oh, wait, this was a double switch, that's right. I go into Tentacruel thinking that he's going to go for a fire move, obviously. And he switches into Excadrill, I guess, because he doesn't like his odds without his Nasty Plot boost. Either way, he's going to go ahead and go for that Rock Slide, which was an excellent prediction, because I was going into Crobat, hoping that he would go for an Earthquake. He made a very good play there, going for a Rock Slide, and it's going to completely cripple my Crobat, which is not good. So, yeah, I was going into Crobat, I believe, thinking that he would switch himself. No, I was going into Crobat to predict Earthquake. That's right. I just said that. Whatever. In comes my Amoonguss, and yeah, that's obviously going to make him switch because Amoonguss is a very bulky Pokemon. I just go for a Clear Smog. I'm actually not even sure why instead of a Giga Drain. I think maybe it was because of Celebi existing, maybe? I was thinking he'd go into Celebi. Not that it really matters. Clear Smog is a really weak move, but, whatevs. In comes Combuskin again, and I'm going to go ahead and switch into Tentacruel just to take a fire or fighting move. And, yeah, it does have the Fire Blast, as you can see, and it doesn't do anything to Tentacruel. But, his Combuskin is dead due to his Life Orb, and he would have been dead anyway due to the, poison, but, sweet. I don't have to worry about the Combuskin. The Combuskin actually kind of scared me, believe it or not. If it gets off his Swords Dance or something, it could be dangerous. Either way, he goes into Machamp, and, he's going to take the, poison on switch in. I have to hope this is not a Guts Machamp, which would be really awful right now, but no, it's probably just one of those dynamic punch ones with no guard, and as you can see, he does carry dynamic punch, which means he is definitely no guard, and yeah, he does get the 100% confuse off on me, and I'm actually going to go into Amoonguss, because I believe Amoonguss can take this thing's hits better, unless this guy has Ice Punch, which, you know, is kind of possible, you know, it's actually pretty probable. But I like Amoonguss' ability to tank, mainly because I do have a reliable recovery on Amoonguss, and also Regenerator, so if I take some damage on Amoonguss, I can always recover it. Not so with Tentacruel, so want to conserve Tentacruel by going into Amoonguss. Anyway, the toxic damage is starting to rack up on this Machamp. It does have Ice Punch, he does go for that, and as you can see, it does a decent chunk to Amoonguss, being that super effective, and I'm just get off the Clear Smog. I don't even know why I was doing that. In fact, I even said in chat that this is probably a Assault Vest Machamp, so it's not like I was thinking maybe he could bulk up, but that's stupid because it's Assault Vest, duh. Oh well. I guess that would have also helped if he went into Celebi, but I don't think he would have there. But whatever, I get a Clear Smog off. Could have been a Giga Drain, oh well. And now I switch out to Trigger Regenerator. I go into Tentacruel because I do resist Ice Punch. And yeah, this Machamp should be at a point that I can kill it now because it's at red HP. He's going to go for the Bullet Punch to get a little bit extra damage before my Tentacruel can take him out. But thankfully, due to the resistance, my Tentacruel does survive, and I'm able to take out this very annoying Machamp. So that is always good. He is going to be able to have an opportunity to revenge kill my Tentacruel here, and he goes into Extra Drill. I decide just to stay in. Obviously, no matter what he goes for, he's probably going to kill me, but I decided to sack Tentacruel just to see what he would do. It's really weak at this point, and I don't think it's really going to get its HP. I mean, it has no way to heal its HP, really, aside from, you know, its item. Either way, I go into Amoonguss, seeing that he locked himself in an Iron Head. I like my ability to just go for Spore against this thing. It's actually the only thing that's not going to get Toxic Poisoned on switching on his team, so might as well just go for the Spore. And that's what I do, putting it to sleep, and now I can take this time to heal. I do have Synthesis, which is a pretty good move as long as it's not raining, and yeah, I'm just or sandstorming for that matter. Either way, I am back to nearly full. After my recovery, I am actually just a few points away from full. He is still asleep, and I guess he's trying to stay in and just trying to get some flinch hacks off on me. I go for a Giga Drain, and now I am at full, as I do some nice damage to the extra. Maybe not nice, but, you know, decent chump change damage. He goes into Celebi here, which I am not afraid of. I know this thing's moveset, and I know it only has Giga Drain, which I do resist. So, I think I resist X4, right? Grass resists itself, I believe. In fact, yeah, definitely does. But yeah, it's divided by 4 against Amoonguss, so I X4 resist, I should say. I go into Semi-Sage, though, because this is kind of like a sweeper of mine. I know that I resist his move, so I'm just going to go for a nasty plot of my own, because this is a nasty plot Semi-Sage. And unfortunately, I do carry 2 grass moves on this thing. I think I carry Leaf Storm and Giga Drain. Maybe not the best 2 moves to carry, but my last move is Hidden Power, and I have, for the life of me, have no idea what Hidden Power it is. So I'm hoping, obviously, that it's Hidden Power Ice, you know, or something like that. But I'm going to go ahead and play the what Hidden Power is this game. And it's neutral, which, if you think about it, is actually really, really hard to do against Celebi. Celebi, like, resists or takes super effective hits from almost every other element. Pretty much every element. It has, like, the most weaknesses and resistances combined of any Pokemon, I think. Something like that. The point is, I have no idea what that Hidden Power is. I'm guessing it's Hidden Power Rock. I guess that would make some sense. But that's the only thing I can think of. I guess it would have to be Hidden Power Rock. I mean, there's a few other things that it could be, but just why? Why would I even do that? A few of them. Oh well. I now go out. Well, he goes out into his Donphan and just goes for the Ice Shard, which is a good play. I, unfortunately, do not live. So, I'm just going to go into Mamoswine, which I have not used yet so far in this match. And I actually kind of make a slight misplay here. I should have actually hit Protect to burn to progress a turn of Toxic to Toxic Stall a little bit. Instead, I just go right for the Ice Shard off the bat, which, yeah, looking back on it, I definitely should have tried to protect just to get some extra, an extra turn of Toxic. In fact, probably would have helped, but, yeah, that was a slight misplay there. I finally come to my senses, though, this turn, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I should definitely protect, obviously, so he can get some extra poison damage, so that's what I do. And there we go. He is going to take some extra poison damage because he cannot hit me when I have my Protect up. And unfortunately now, the Protect is not guaranteed. I'm going to try to kill him with the Ice Shard. Unfortunately, it's not quite enough to take this thing out, which, if I would have just protected that first turn, oh well. It's not really a big deal. I do have, an advantage in this match. I believe after Donphan, he only has one Pokemon remaining, and that's his Sleeping Excadrill, so I have this pretty well in hand as I lose my Mamoswine, but the Donphan is going to die to the Toxic. So, yeah, it's Sleeping Excadrill, though he did burn, I believe, 2 turns of sleep, so he could wake up this turn. So I just go ahead on my Crobat, and I figure if he does wake up, I can see what he locks himself into. Not that it really matters. I think a Moongus is the best bet no matter what. I'm hoping that he doesn't wake up so I can actually get some chump damage here, and this is a Choice Band Crobat. Unfortunately, he does, resist, all of my moves, so I just go for a Choice Banded Brave Bird, which still should do decent damage, and it is going to kill my Crobat as well, but that's fine. I can now go into a Moongus, and it's really up to him what he wants to lock himself into. Obviously, Earthquake is the strongest, but his only chance at this point is to pretty much connect with a ton of flinches, so he just goes for the Iron Heads, and he doesn't even get one flinch because, well, not because of anything, but because RNG did not completely hate me. Can you imagine? Just get, I think you would need, 5 or 6 Iron Heads there, I think, to do it, but you never know! Gotta fight to the end. Sometimes. Anyway, good game, Swankle. Roulettes are always lolsy, and I think that one was definitely awesome as well. Today's question of the day is a little weird. What is your favorite in-game trade in the Pokemon series? There are, a handful of them in every game, and in some games, it's the only way to get certain Pokemon, is to, do an in-game trade, which is kind of like you trade with you trade with an NPC for a Pokemon. But today's question today is, do you actually ever do an in-game trade ever in your usual runs of Pokemon? Have you ever done one? And if so, what is your favorite? Which one do you try to do, every run if you can, or you just, value very highly? As for me, I'm probably going to say 2 here. The first one is the trade that you get in Gen 1 for the Farfetch'd, trading your Spearow away, just because Farfetch is cool, and in Gen 1, not a lot of Pokemon get cut, and Farfetch does get it, so it makes it pretty useful. But I think the in-game trade that I usually do the most is trading in Gen 2 for Onix, which is in the first town. You can trade a Bellsprout for an Onix, which really does help with that first Flying Gem, especially if you take the Grass Starter. You can catch yourself a Bellsprout and turn it into an Onix, which actually does have some nice use right there. The other one I like to do is for Aerodactyl. Okay, named 3, but there's also an Aerodactyl trade that Gen, a Chansey for an Aerodactyl, which I believe is the only way to get it in Gen 2, aside from turning it over from Gen 1, so it is pretty cool and of note and all that. But leave a comment about that. There's definitely a handful that you can choose from. If you can't think of any on the top of your head, just look at the wiki. They have a list. Anyway, later, guys. Bye.